I am Jay Nix. I am a deputy here in Marion County, Florida. I've been here 22 years. I'm actively a patrol sergeant. So like I said, I started the agency in 2000, got my first dog in 2002, and I just left out of K9 last October. So yeah, well, right at 19 years, 20 years in K9. When I was a young guy, I actually started at the sheriff's office, and the guy that lived across the street from me was a K9 handler at my agency. And it was just something that intrigued me right out of the gate. And so as a young officer, I just really started trying to pour my heart and soul in anything I could do to get involved. So I started going to training days and was basically the bite dummy, all that kind of stuff, and got my foot in the door at a really young age. Was very blessed to be able to get started early, because a lot of guys don't get that opportunity early on, and just kind of snowballed from there. I am currently the vice president of the nonprofit organization K9s United. K9s United is a nationwide nonprofit organization that supports law enforcement canine all over the country. We supply everything from equipment. We supply, everything from a leash to a bulletproof vest to in-car kennels, heat alarms, whatever the guys need. And then in addition to that, I run our training staff. The training staff consists of myself and 5 other guys: Carlos Ramirez, Michael Nesbitt, Michael Gooseby, Mike Lilly, and myself. We travel all over the country putting on advanced canine training seminars basically for free because of donors and people that support K9s United. So K9s United was very instrumental in 2019 in passing some legislation to sign into law to change it from a 3rd-degree felony to a 2nd-degree felony for injuring or killing a police dog in the line of duty. That stemmed from a 2018 incident where K9 Fang from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office was shot and killed. We were able to work with some state legislators, get the law on the floor, get it passed, and our governor signed it into law the very next year. And so now it raised the penalty from a 3rd-degree felony to a 2nd-degree felony. As a result of that, Governor DeSantis gave us the opportunity to have a specialty license plate. So an actual Florida license plate for your vehicle. That plate consists of 2 dogs. One of my current dog is on the license plate, as well as another dog from St. Johns County. I was very fortunate. We had a bunch of artwork done, and I got that picture just made the cut with the artist and worked out. So for me, it's very special for multiple reasons. One, my connection with K9s United. Secondly, it was basically my last dog that I worked in the line of duty. And but that license plate is available to any Florida resident that has a vehicle registered in their name. What that's going to do ultimately for us is it's a revenue stream for us to be able to help more handlers. So people can go online at K9sunited.org. They can pre-order their license plate. Right now we're in the kind of pre-sale phase. In order to get a specialty license plate from manufacturing to the back of any car is you have to pre-sell 3,000. So specialty license plates have to be pre-sold up to 3,000. Right now we're at like 1,500, so we're looking to try to get that last 1,500 in there by our deadline, and hopefully we can get that done, and then they'll have these plates on it. That brings in, just with those 3,000, it'll bring in an annual revenue of about $70,000, and all $70,000 of that will go right direct towards handlers in need all over the country, not just Florida. The K9s United nonprofit is 100% nonprofit. None of us are on the payroll. We all do it as a volunteer thing. So every dime we bring in goes right back to handlers all over the country. So obviously there's a video that was, went crazy viral, and every now and then it pops back up and goes crazy viral again. But 4 years ago, I was out working with my dog. I just happened to be on day shift. I typically work swings in the afternoons, and one of the day shift guys was off and asked me to cover days, so it worked out good. So my wife decided to fill that evening with a date night for us, and I was getting off about 5 o'clock, headed home. It's kind of a crazy circumstance. I was on the phone with her, kind of planning out the evening, and I took a route home that I never take, just never. Pull up to an intersection, sitting there. Next thing I hear a horn blowing. I'm on the phone with her, so I'm not really paying attention. I'm thinking it's traffic behind me, giving me a hard time. I'm thinking, the light's still red. What are you blowing your horn for? And I look to my left, there's a car in the opposing lane, and I roll my window down, and the lady's panicking. She says, "My baby's not breathing." So I told her to pull over. I do a U-turn. I'm thinking like toddler, she's gonna get out of the car with like a 2-year-old or whatever. And she gets out of the car and she hands me an infant, literally a 3-month-old baby. He's not breathing, stiff as a board, no heartbeat. To me, it looked like a baby in rigor mortis. Like he He was stiff as a board. In the video, you see me go down to my knees. I'm trying to do CPR. I'm trying to give chest compressions, trying to give it air. Nothing's working. It's clear that something's wrong. The whole baby's completely seized up. And I knew at that point, I'd already called for medics, but at that point I knew this baby didn't have time for medics to get there. I was very close, less than a mile from a trauma hospital. So I kind of threw the rule book out the window and held the baby like an old Heisman Trophy situation and jumped in the front seat of my patrol car and took off with the baby in my arms. And we made it to the trauma hospital, and I walked in the front door, and I just happened, again, another luck situation. I walked in the emergency room doors, and was met with the head trauma nurse. And she's looking at me because, of course, I'm running lights and siren right up underneath there, and they're not used to seeing a cop car sliding in sideways. They're used to seeing ambulances. So, of course, everybody's looking at me, and I'd bail out of the car with this baby wearing nothing but a diaper. They get the baby into the room and start working on it. Come to find out, it was an accidental overdose. The mother was away, leaving the grandmother of the baby at home to take care of the child. The grandmother had been in a really bad domestic violence situation, and she had lost one of her eyes, so she didn't see very well. There was 2 medications on the counter that mom had left. One was for the baby, which was Motrin. The other one was morphine, which was for the great-grandmother, who was an in-home hospice patient. Grandma accidentally gave the baby the morphine, so overdosed the baby. That's why the baby was seized up. Got a Narcan drip started, had to stay on it all night long, but the very next day, the baby come out of everything doing fantastic, and he's now 4 years old. He's mine and my wife's godson. We still keep in touch. The mom called me yesterday, tattling on him because he took toys to school and she was ratting him out, but he's doing fantastic, man. It was an awesome opportunity for me to, be able to do that. Man, so for me, what keeps me pumped up about canine work in general is I really feel like it's just a passion. I don't know that it's necessarily anything in particular. I love working dogs. My favorite thing is problem solving. So that's where, I feel like my cup of tea when it comes to training. I love when handlers come to you with this is what I've been dealing with, and no matter what I'm doing, I'm just hitting wall after wall. Some of those walls they don't know what they don't know. Some of them are, politics. Some of it is agency policies, and, they're not allowed to do certain things, but I love when they come with a problem and say, can you help me? And, we figure out what's going on, why it's happening, watching their eyes open up, watching their, minds just kind of change and realize that there's always an answer out there if you go hunting for it long enough. And then, there's also, I really enjoy pushing these guys to be better than they currently are. Even the one that's doing a great job, you can still be better. And it's something I love about, traveling and teaching and training dogs. For me, it's just something I love, and I hope I get an opportunity to continue to do it for years to come.
How to grow hair?
How do I get my bald head to look as good?
Right.
So, this right here, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And, it takes a great deal of turtle wax to keep it sharp, like really clean cut, you know what I mean?
Right.
And this ain't your typical big job right here. This is special. A lot of it is natural. It's follically impaired. It's a handicap, so you can't make fun of me for it. But, a good buff job in the morning.
When I do this?
Yeah, it makes me want to cut your throat.
Yeah, good.
It does, I like to just say it's a choice. The truth is, God played a pretty sick joke on me. It's a handicap, so you can't make fun of me for it.
Right.
I tried to apply for a placard for my car and it didn't work,
That's
but
rude.
I still consider it a handicap.
Good. What's your relationship with Ray Allen?
So Ray Allen, it's kind of a, watered down company. I feel like, subpar materials and, I just,
So now I want to cut your throat. Okay, got
It peaked years ago,
No, I'm going to be straight with you. So for years, before I even knew who you were, and Ray Allen was, for my agency, always the option. There's the other company that was very popular back in the day, but my agency took a stand when things went sideways and public knowledge became public knowledge. And, and I see it this way. And when I was a supervisor of our K9 unit, and I approached our admin about why we were going to be using Ray Allen manufacturing exclusively, was because we have a policy that says I, as a police officer, am not allowed to associate with a felon. And so why, as an agency, would we allow this company to be a vendor? And they had no idea. So I educated them, and they were no longer a vendor for us. So at that point in time, Ray Allen Manufacturing became our number one. Now, secondary to that, the products are there. I think the products are designed genuinely with handlers in mind. I think they're designed genuinely with dogs, dog safety, dog security, dog performance in mind. And that is what keeps us, my agency, and K9s United. We have a great relationship with Ray Allen. One of the things that we love when we travel and teach is that we work with vendors like Ray Allen. They give us stuff that we can get out here, and even stuff whether it's donated from Ray Allen to K9s United so we can give to these handlers, or stuff we even buy and say, hey, we love traveling, we love teaching, but every Wednesday night on the weeks that we train, we get together with the handlers and we do a huge giveaway, and man, they just love that stuff. And for me, that's huge. I love that Ray Allen is so willing to give back to the community that they are. It's at the forefront of what they do every day. So we appreciate Ray Allen for sure. So you can find me. I'm on Facebook. It's JNix, JAYNIX. Bam. I also own Ridgeside K9 Central Florida, which is one of many Ridgesides across the country. I've just recently started that. I'm stoked about it myself. Eric Stambro, Rich Hartman, Aaron Taylor. There's several of us that own Ridgesides, and that's a pet dog training business, but it also gives us an opportunity to work in that private sector with working dogs as well. So Ridgeside K9 Central Florida, it's on Instagram, Facebook, and we got a website, ridgeside9centralflorida.com. My Instagram is Kilo, it's KILO 2479. That was my ID number as a K9 handler, it's Kilo 2479. K9sunited.org, you can look us up. We would love to have, everybody follow us. And for handlers, trainers, you should definitely be following K9sunited.org. We do a lot of training announcements. We do a lot of product review. We do a lot of, getting out there and showing people what we're about. And if handlers need help, reach out, let us know. We're more than welcome to help. Like I said, equipment, training. I don't care if your agency's not buying you a leash, you call us, I'll buy you one. Whatever you need, you let us know, and we'll do our best to help you. We love supporting these guys that come from agencies and it's not a matter of the agency don't want to support them. A lot of these agencies just do not have the budgetary means to be able to do it. So with that, we're there to help them. When they can't get the help, we're there to help them. So K9s United, social media, both on Instagram, both on Facebook. I'm on Instagram as Kilo2479. Facebook is JNix, Ridgeside K9. Any way we can help, people can let us know.